Bitches only angry cause they teeth fucked up. Look, sis is only aggy cause the D seed up. You just took a shot like it's critical. But that ain't for the public, I'm a
I'll say
single payer health care?
Yes.
So how do you propose we get all the millions of people?
Because people like their private insurance. People should give options. You shouldn't take everything. You shouldn't take my options away from me. That's why we. That's why.
But that's not what it's doing though. Would you rather? So like the current way when we do healthcare, right? Mm-hmm. You already pay a Medicare tax, so you're already paying for a public system as it is
exactly.
that you don't get to reap the benefits of.
Yes.
And then you're paying for private health insurance, which could be more expensive than what you're paying in Medicare. Which way is way more?
Yeah, I'm about to say it's way more.
So you would rather do that than get an all-inclusive plan that you only have to pay for once, which would be Medicare for all.
And I don't have the option to say yes or no.
But what I'm saying is you wouldn't be losing any of the coverage that you have now, not losing a doctor. You can still get your same drugs. They're going to cover everything that you have now. It's going to cover everything that you have now, and you only have to pay for it one time. So just so that you don't have the choice of saying, oh, I want to choose Aetna over Blue Health, you're going to throw that away and pay for it twice?
I mean, because you're paying into it with hopes that once you turn 65, that's when the shit.
But what if you don't have to wait till you're 65 and you have it guaranteed to you as a right as you're born?
Some private insurance is way better than Medicare. Everybody doesn't want to.
It's better than Medicare now. We're talking about creating one healthcare system for everybody to use, all the doctors.
I mean, universal health care clearly works, which is why plenty of other first world
Canada does it. It's nobody up there rationing their insulin that can't do it right now.
To me personally, I don't like the idea of taking my options away from me. You can offer me.
I feel that maybe they could do it something like
people private insurance.
Are you loyal to the insurance company or the services that they provide?
The services that they provide.
So if I'm giving you the same service and you only have to pay half the price for it,
if you give me two options, I'll think about it. I wouldn't have choice.
Maybe they do it
something
something
like. But
like.
you end up choosing though. You're gonna end up choosing the better option, right?
Whatever suits me best, but I want the option. I don't want you to take my options away from me.
So you want the option to choose the lesser costed plan, not only for you but the rest of the country as well.
Even though you probably still want to choose the better option.
Could we do something like this where it's like universal health care, but then like you kind of like you know how they got like. Okay, think about like YouTube. How like you got free YouTube, but you can also opt into YouTube Premium. Maybe do something like, all right, there's free healthcare, but also
that's
if you want a little
extra,
extra,
that's what Medicare for all allows for supplemental insurance. So if you want something other than the Medicare that you already pay for, then you can get there's no copays. There's no copay. If you read the bill. Read the bill. There's no copays. You only pay $200 a year in prescription costs. That's it.
Money.
$200 deductible on your prescriptions for the whole year.
I say if we give people a choice, if everybody opts into it, hey, they say, yo, listen, at the end of the year, everybody, look what everybody did.
It sounds like you don't want to give away your freedom
to choose. That's exactly what it is. I'm not denying that.
But when the option is just so much better,
and there's no choice. What's the choice in that?
I don't want you to tell me that. I want to.
You would rather pay more for the opportunity to choose something different, knowing you're not going to choose different though. Why would you choose the less cost-effective option?
Give me the option. Don't tell me that what it's going to be. Give me the option.
So you walk into Roush Honda and you be like, I want you to give me the option to get 2 leases for 1 car instead of 1.
No. I want to be able to choose which lease I want. You give me the option of which one makes sense to me. I want to be able to choose which lease I want to go with to lease my motherfucking car. Don't tell me that this is what it has to be. Give me options. That's what.
Even if it's, but there's nothing. Look, there's
How
nothing.
do I know that it's better for me?
Because
you're telling me that it's better.
No. I'm saying read what's included in the coverage. So if it includes dental, it includes mental health coverage, it includes everything in comprehensive health care, from the rooter to the tutor. Yeah. Dental, eyes, whatever. It includes everything. I understand if they were trying to give you some rinky-dink plan that was less than what you were paying for now.
Medicare. Because I think the thing that scares everybody is right now Medicare is 80-20. Everybody doesn't accept Medicare. Medicare doesn't.
You know why?
Cover everything.
You know why? Because everybody isn't contributing the same amount of money that they're contributing into the private health insurance company, right? I could be paying $50 a month to Medicare out of my checks, but I'm giving $200 to my private health insurance. Yeah. So now if all of that money is going into the same system from everybody into the country, now there's no more 80-20, there's no more co-pays at all. You're not paying for your services when you go to the hospital. They're not asking you for $20 to get into the emergency room. You're not paying nothing. You done already paid for it, and you're paying for it now.
Never.
You stupid.
They ain't gonna do nothing about it. They already helped you.
But I say,
Fuck.
the only thing I do agree with is that, you know, when you lose your job,
You shouldn't lose your health
You shouldn't
insurance.
lose your health insurance. That I understand. But I feel like if we're just talking about the American people, we don't comply well. I feel like you have to give us options. And if we all choose one, then the next go around, shit, we all just on the same shit. But I feel like you have to give us options and see how that shit play out. That's just me. You take, and that's legit the entire country. That's the argument.
Well, Medicare for all is still
and
Medicare for all
insurance.
is very popular amongst Democrats, and then it's over 60% both sides, for conservative and liberal, right? Where they start chipping away at it is the messaging, and that's why I go to that whole idea of choice. Is you keep telling people they're trying to take their choice away, they're trying to take their choice away. You say that without telling them that they're just giving you everything, so that now there's no choice. You don't have to choose. You don't have to go out here and shop for health care. You don't have to go out here and get on Amazon so that you can cover your cancer medication, right? You don't have to do that shit. We give you everything that you need comprehensively for your health, and you pay for it one time.
That shit's just never gonna happen.
I just don't see
Like I would like. I think free healthcare, not free, universal
But
healthcare.
why
should be
can
a
they
thing.
have it in Canada and we can't have it here?
Because-
Why can they have it in most of the
Because
United
of
States
business
and
and
we can't have it
politics.
here?
That's
Because America's ghetto.
Well, but what we're saying is that we're allowing businesses to keep us from having a human right to be healthy.
Oh no,
You're allowing capitalism to get in the way of you
Yeah.
being healthy by a right.
That's exactly what
but
it is.
it's not really anything we can really do about it.
I
It's
was say
just
it's a
that's
trauma
horseshit.
bond.
That's horseshit.
it's not horseshit because
That's
you
horseshit.
just
That's
gotta.
trauma, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta
that's
think
what-
of-
the only
you-
reason
it's
why
not
it's like that
horseshit.
now is because we allowed it to happen that way.
But
We
see,
accepted capitalism
thing
as
is,
our norm.
This
who
one
backs
gotta vote
these
for the
politicians
bottom,
though?
okay?
Who's the ones who back these politicians and give them the
Us.
most money?
Or are you saying giving the
Corporations.
most is corporations?
Yeah, corporations. That's why
corporations.
I'm with you that it should
Corporations.
definitely be a thing, but we don't have the money to get big businesses and shit to actually vote.
What we gotta do though, we gotta be on the same
Because
page.
every
bro.
time,
We gotta be the only chance that we have. Because you're right, we're behind the 8 ball. They have millions of dollars to throw at this stuff. They write up these talking points. They put out these commercials. They got all of
They pay
the
politicians.
potential leaning
Yeah.
their way. First thing we have to do is get on the same page though. Like fuck all of this Republican, Democrat. Fuck Democrats.
That's all
Fuck
I can say, I'm
Republicans.
independent.
Yeah, we don't.
I'll sway either way, honestly. if it
Fuck
makes
that
sense.
party shit, because that's the way of fragmenting our mentalities and hurting us in the directions that they need
you're
to
very
go.
idealistic.
Fuck that. Fuck that. We need to get on the same page. Do we believe that people should have health care in this country,
I
period?
don't feel like we would
Regardless
ever
of
get
job.
on the same
But that's
page about
the
anything.
you're too idealistic. It's a great way to think,
But
but
at
nobody's
its
ever.
basic level, is that the way it's supposed to be? You should be able to be healthy regardless of how much money you make.
Yeah, people.
Period. So
I
then
don't
we need to stop
disagree with
making
you.
concessions.
I don't disagree with you, but outside of just thinking about who backs the politicians the most, some people are just fucked up people and they'll be like, no, I don't care.
Okay,
about
and that's
your health."
fine. I
And
just happen to believe that there's more people that think otherwise than those type of people.
I would,
I would like to
I would
believe
say
that.
I disagree
I'm
with
gonna-
that only simply because if that was the case, Bernie Sanders would have been
Bernie Sanders wasn't the
Democratic
nominee because they saw that people were voting for Bernie, and so then the party coalesced around someone else so that they don't have to have these conversations that we're having.
And that's exactly back to
That-
my
that's
point of
what
like,
happened.
it's a certain thing. We got fake power. Like we have power to a very limited degree. Like certain things just ain't gonna happen because.
But that only worked because they were able to split. They were able to diverge the public support for it. They got in there and they start crying about the boogeyman. They taking this away from you. They're trying to take this away
Of
from
course,
you.
you
They're
know
trying
why?
to raise
Because
your taxes.
they had all the money and all the time to buy and make that shit happen.
So, but how many times are they going to be able to run that play on you before you wise up? They've been doing
it's
this
not
shit
even
for
about
years.
being wise about it because you're wise to it, and what can you do about it? It's just what I'm saying. It's just nothing that I feel like this is going. Our grandkids are going to get fucked over. Their grandkids are going to get fucked over. Our grandkids are going to get fucked over. There's certain things in life that are just inevitable. And here in America, you're just going to get fucked over by the government to some degree because the government is in bed with big businesses, politicians are dirty, and to a certain extent, you just going to have to accept that shit, dog. Like, it's a fucked up, grim world, and it's terrible. I agree with you with everything you say. universal health care should be a thing. They shouldn't be able to put a wall over people's eyes all the time. But like,
I don't know.
you can't. You would have to literally go sit and talk with every person in America and convince them first, and that's just not going to happen. You don't got enough manpower. Like
it polls high. It still polls high. We have to be able to fight for it. You can't allow people who have millions of dollars invested in keeping private health insurance going tell you that what you're trying to give them for free is bad. That is what you have to continue to.
It's free. We know that. We know that.
You're right. It's not free, but continue on for the rest of your life paying into a system that you don't get to use until you're a senior citizen. Until you're a senior citizen, they take it out of every dollar you make until you're a senior citizen, and that's when you finally get to take it back. Meanwhile, if their industry ever goes belly up, they're gonna print off $1 trillion at the fucking Fed and bail them niggas out the same way they saying that we getting bailed out. Fuck that shit. Stop accepting their framing of what we can have.
it's not about accepting it. It's just
It's reality.
you
But
But that's what you telling me that it's never gonna change and that we
It's-
should never
Oh.
try.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. At some point, you gotta think like this. You might want to be in the NBA, but you can't because there's nothing.
It's not the same
It's the
thing.
same. It's
It's
some
not the
things you
same
just
thing.
can't do. Like it's. If that
There's
sounds
no
good,
collective nationwide vote to get me into the NBA.
like, but
You know what I mean? So, like-
but at the same time, there's no collective vote. But at the same time,
at least I can
you
lobby
don't-
for myself. In
You
that
don't have
situation,
the.
You know what I mean?
You don't have. At the end of the day, just like we said, politicians are dirty and they're bought off.
Yeah.
And until we would first have to make it like get into a situation where you can only have so much backing as a politician to just in general. We'd have to limit funding and shit like that.
Money out of politics.
Yeah,
you
would have to
right.
take that out
You're
first.
absolutely
Then
right.
if you could, we can make that happen. Then we can start having real conversations.
You're right.
But
I
at